G'day team, Kiwi Craig here. Right, what's in the plain white box? Well, if you look up here on the left, it says E150. I'd like to acknowledge and thank Wilson at Banggood and Long at Eachine for making a pre-production prototype unit available to me so that I can carry out a technical evaluation and review of the product, which is something that I've been doing in the last few Eachine product launches for the E150 and the E180. It's a real privilege to be able to contribute in this manner. I would like to point out though that my reviews are my reviews, they are my opinions, and they reflect my findings, good and bad, on the product. If there's things wrong with it, I'm going to tell you. If there's things good with it, I'm certainly going to say so. Anyway, let's open up the box and get into this very nice little helicopter. You'll see there's been a lot of activity on the RC Groups page of late. A lot of anticipation on the launch of this machine. All right, the usual little bag of goodies, spares set of blades, the obligatory 3S charger, tail blade, screwdriver, Allen wrench, a couple of spare canopy grommets, that's cool. And lurking in there somewhere is the little plastic blade shims. Didn't see those earlier. Boy, they're hard to spot. Anyway, we'll set that aside. Let's just keep going. Box is quite sturdy actually. The packaging is really firm, strong, which is really good. All right, good old Eachine E6 radios. Quite decent little units these for a basic RTF radio. We'll be checking out the programming and setup on that. I'll set that aside for now. Okay, box for the extra batteries. But anyway, let's really get into what everybody wants to see. Let's have a look at this beauty little helicopter. Oh my, this is nice. Boy, the stenciling works really nice in these blades actually compared to their previous offerings. It's really, really good. All right, size-wise, how does it compare? E150, all right. The E160, pretty well identical size-wise, but that's about where it ends for these two products. Really, the E150 shares all its design DNA with its bigger brother, the E180. Basically, the E150 is a scaled-down version of the E180. All right, let's get a closer look at some of the details that make up this very nice little machine. Move these guys out of the way. All right. Okay, plastic tail motor mount. Dimensionally very similar to the E180 actually. The motor is just a fraction narrower in the can. Bolt pattern's the same. If you wanted, I guess, to put an aluminium mount on there, you could just drop an E180 unit on. I guess they've gone for the lighter weight of the plastic mount just for a balance purpose. Same 8mm carbon fiber tail tube. My God, this is really stout. Really beefy injection molded tail boom mount. Quite a lot of nifty little details in there that we'll get to later. Not sure if this is showing up clearly, but my God, the trim work on the carbon fiber machining on that, boy, that's fabulous. It's better than the E180 pre-production unit that I received. Factory's definitely stepped up in that regard. The fasteners, quite a nice chrome finish on that. I'm really liking the glossy finish chrome screws. It's quite a nice contrast. You would have seen the flexi skids. Along did the bounce test on that. I'm really pleased that they've finally gone this way and gotten rid of the carbon fibre skids. Not a fan of carbon fibre skids. This far more forgiving and helps dampening up vibration and everything on spool up as well. All right, let's get a nose on. Look there, a little bit of dead bug. Bright enough. Not sure about the blue, but nice nonetheless. Got a nice glossy sheen to it. These are these new plastic canopies due to the fiberglass canopy shortage in China. Good and durable, actually, quite frankly. All right. Pop this off, get in under the hood. Oh, yes. Yes, yes, yes. All right, you can really see the lineage with the E180 with the angled servo mounts, the aluminium top and bottom plates, brushless motor, screws into that bottom plate, and you can see a little gap in there. If we rotate the rotor head around, you can see there is a, get up close, there is a fixing screw. So, drive shaft separates from the motor. Excellent. 2 bearings in the drive shaft assembly. 2 bearings in the motor, 4 bearings on that main drive alignment. Really good, but it means if you damage a drive shaft, you just separate it from the motor. None of this pulling it through the motor deal like you got to do on the OMPs, which is quite frankly a real pain in the butt. So you got this nice, strong aluminium center core bolted together in a real tight subassembly. And the 4 carbon fibre subframes hang out the side, so left and right on the front, left and right on the back. All right, bottom plate is plastic, and I'm quite liking that again for the vibration damping deal. Centre section stiff where it needs to be, a little bit of give in the bottom. Excellent. Same with the tail boom mount. Injection molded plastic, nice and wide through there as well. But man, that's strong. Boy. Quite a nifty little detail on the battery. No slide plate, no Velcro, but the battery's snug in there. You go, how the heck do they do that? Well, they've got this little plastic tongue. All that does, just puts a little bit of load on the battery and just holds it snug in place, and it sort of pops in. Can't go back and touch the motor. Hits the aluminium frame there, so no matter what happens, the battery and motor aren't going to get chewed up. Flybarless units are quite a nifty little plastic case. Good airflow through there too, quite frankly. Get my fingers out of the way. So good cooling across the ESC, plenty of ability for airflow in and out, so it's not sealed up tight. Tail motor unit. Plugging in there, servos across the top, plus S-Bus and DSMX remotes if you want those. A lot of people have seen these pins and gone, what the heck's this all about? Main motor plug. So there are no SIP connectors. Main motor wire comes round through and has a terminal spade end, screws straight on. I'm quite liking that, frankly. No SIP connectors. Direct current flow straight down to the motor. All right, let's flip it up. Have a look. Boy, I gotta say oh, that's lovely. The machining on the motor can's beautiful. All nicely radius. Gosh, that's nice. That is really, really lovely machining on that. Boy, excellent. Let's have a look at this little tail motor as well. And focus there. Yep. Basically, it's obviously from the same manufacturer as the E180. Like I said, the can's just a little bit narrow. We'll get that one up here for a comparison. You can just see there's the slight difference in the can width, and therefore the power output will be a little bit lower for the smaller heli. Same 8mm tail tube, like I already mentioned. My God. Beefy, blippin' beefy. Factory has said that they've changed the moulding on the servos to make them stiffer, and they've got a special screw that's got a nice wide head. Let me just see if we can get up a little closer on that to help hold it in. Nice little detail. Same canopy pins as the E180. They lock into the servo holder unit, which then is screwed down. You can see from the underside here, a couple of screws up in there. There's your access. And that back servo is locked in solid as. Right, just talking to servos again. Got the nice big beefy arms like on the E180. One piece links mean that servo centering subroutine in the fly barless. If you need to change that, carbon fiber guide, swash guide. All right, let's get around this side and have a look on this side. Boy, I'm really impressed with the finish on these carbon fiber edges. Absolutely beautiful. That motor mount and everything else, that's gorgeous. That's solid. My God, that's solid. It actually looks like the center tube in this is, yeah, it is. It's, yep, it's a high density plastic injection molded part, but it screws down top and bottom. So it's actually a fully mechanically assembled unit. So that gives you a really stiff driveline center section. All right, road ahead. All right, been a few comments about why DFC, and having lived with the E160s for a while, you can get a little bit of float in those. It's really hard when the rotor head sizes get down to this level to get a slop-free follower arm setup. It's just too many bushes and wiggly bits. So nice big bush in there locks the rotor head, so you can see why they're gone DFC. I mean, this is tight. There's just nothing in that. Critical part on DFC, you got to have super stiff head bushes. My God, those are stiff. Boy, certainly going to be interesting to fly. Really looking forward to this, but this will be super responsive. Remember, this is 3D heli. It's the name of the game. Super responsive. Nice beefy blade grips. Same sort of style in the blade grips as the E180. As you can see there, so the same sort of lineage on the assembly there. Nice deep swash unit. Boy, I'm liking everything I'm seeing here so far. Man, oh man. This is a nicely detailed machine. I'm certainly going to look forward to delving into this, partially assembling it and getting a better look inside. But first look, man, Eachine, you've really stepped up the fit finish assembly quality on that. Wow. 160, 150, 180. Heck of a nice lineup. Looking forward to some comparison flights with these as soon as the weather permits. All right, I'll get into the radio unit, check out all the setup on that, and then come back to you guys with some more information on the radio setup, what we're seeing there, seeing if it's the same flight model as the E180. I strongly suspect it is. And then we'll get it out for a test fly. All right, let's do a quick run up on the transmitter. All right, idle up off, throttle holes off, high-low rates, 6G, 3G, Yeah, highs down, lows up, throttle hold on. Okay. Oh, that was quick. Straight in. All right, that's all looking good. Okie doke. So let's just hold this, get the radio out of the way. Just hold off. Just give this a soft spool. Oh, that's nice. All right, it's a little tricky holding, spooling, controlling, but everything's looking good on the radio, I'll say. All right. Okay, the low rate's set at 80 versus 100 on the high, okay. Okay. 6G, 3G, idle up. I have to get in and have a look to see what they've got the software set up in the idle up positions versus the linear throttle and pitch curves. Have a look at all that. Okay, back in just a second. All right, jumped into the radio. Pitch. Throttle. So in the linear mode, throttle just goes 0 to 70, then straight across at 70. All right. Idle up. Flat at 85 all the way across. Same as E160, same as the E180. Okay. Throttle curves. Pretty straightforward. Obviously for the hardcore 3D guys, you've got another 10 or 15 you might be able to squeeze up for that real extreme head speed. Otherwise 0-70 in the linear mode. Quite nice flying like that on the other Eachines. Now pitch. In the linear mode, pretty flat. So basically it's sort of doing this. So 80, 65, 50, 45, 35. So not much negative. That's what you expect, right? And idle up, we got basically a straight line deal. So 15, 32, 50, 68, 85. Okay, pretty exactly the same as the other Eachine products. As I've already said, high rates equals 100%, low rate equals 80. Could pull that down a fraction more. Interestingly, Expo set at 0. I think that's probably set for Mr. Long's Pro settings. Might have to tame that down for Kiwi average here. And the gyro, same as the other Eachine products, 75 equals 6G, 25 equals 3D. Okay, all pretty simple stuff so far. Typical Eachine setup, just like their other products. Alrighty, I've run right round the machine. Actually, the factory supplied screwdriver is quite nice. I haven't found anything loose or untoward. Everything into aluminium definitely has Loctite, but you can get it to just squidge a bit, so it's not super high strength, but definitely there. Plastics, everything's all nice and snug. Yeah, basic little screwdriver, but does the job, these Eachines. right across the road ahead, nothing untoward there. You do have to grip the nut on the bottom because it's not recessed. And just watch out for that goddamn translucent blade grip spacer. They can be a bear if you drop those on the floor. The DFC links are Loctited in and firm, so that's all good. Everything feels nice and smooth, so certainly can't find anything I would fault with the basic factory assembly at this time. Everything. A whole lot of conversation online around DFC versus the follower arm head. All right, you know that on the E180 and the E160 use a follower arm head. I'm a big fan of follower arm heads, especially on bigger helis. But what happens once you get down at the E160 size, it's very hard getting all the clearances tight. And specifically these little bushes in here, any float there and then the head can translate ever so slightly. That's the critical piece there. Given the head speed and everything else that this helicopter is going to pull, you can see why the factory decided to go to a DFC head, just for robustness. Now you can see a little bit of movement on the bushings on the 160, not a lot, but my God, this 150 head, man, that's tight in those bushings, and that's what you got to do for the DFC. Otherwise the DFC, if this can go up and down like that, then the DFC link does that, and that's why DFC links can snap off if the head bushings are soft. So this is all properly set up. This will be a really fast responding head, and given the small size and everything else, it's a lot easier when you can make a big bushing like that, so no slop, versus the little bushings in the 160 head. The 180, everything's just a little bit bigger and they can get everything tight with little bearings, right? And then bigger helicopters, follower arms, are all bearings, and therefore they maintain the precision. So no problems with DFC here. You can see the factory's thinking, this is a performance machine, fast responding, small sizes, got to keep all the tolerances tight. DFC does that more efficiently than a follower arm head. All right. I know I mentioned it, but God, the stenciling work on these new blades, bloody lovely. It just seems same on the skids as well. Everything, fit, finish on everything on this helicopter is a marked step up from the 160. 180 was a step up from the 160. This, I believe, is even a refinement and step up from the 180. So, gee whiz, bloody good on you, Eachine. Nicely done job here. Really looking forward to flying this. All right, Kiwi, over and out.